Alright, so I'm just going to start off saying that I'm not one of these biased fans that agrees with every single move my team makes just because they're the ones who made the move. I form my own opinions. So if I upset some of my fellow fans here, I'm sorry, but I tell it how it is. And that doesn't mean I'm not going to support the players we got, but that does mean I'm still going to speak my mind and what I would have rather had and what I would have done. So that being said, let's get into it. So our first pick was Kamari Lassiter, cornerback out of Georgia. We got him with our first selection in the second round. He was our first overall player that we picked. Now, for me, I would have rather had Kool-Aid, but we ended up staying pat, and Kool-Aid got picked literally right before us. And I'm a little upset about that because I think I would have much rather had Kool-Aid with our second pick. All we would have had to do was move up a spot or two, and we would have been able to get Kool-Aid. But that's not to say that Kamari's not going to be a good player now. I'm just telling you what I would have rather had. I mean, you know, Kamari did play a lot of defense for Georgia. He didn't allow a touchdown. He allowed a very low passer rating. So he's got good experience in college. I mean, he played in the SEC. Kamari's supposed to be good in man-to-man. He's supposed to be good in press, which is a little more of an old-school thing because, you know, honestly, the NFL just wants offense, and they don't really let you hand check and stuff anymore. You know, but we'll see how it goes. His speed isn't the greatest, so I could be a little concerned with him playing outside against NFL-type receivers. I think he could be a great, you know, slot guy, potentially. We'll have to see how he does outside and if the rest of his mechanics can make up for him playing outside that his speed lacks in. He's got the tools to be able to play outside. He's just got to put it all together. But, like I said, I would have rather had Kool-Aid, but just because I disagree with the pick doesn't mean I'm not going to support this dude. He is on my team, and he's going to get my full support. So that being said, let's move on to the next one. Now here's where I really start to scratch my head here. I do not understand why we took a tackle with our second pick in the second round. I mean, we already have two offensive tackles that we have paid big money to. You got Laramie Tunsil on the left, and you got Howard on the right. And for those other Texans fans, because I already know y'all are out there who are going to say just move Howard inside. Howard was not good inside, and Howard doesn't want to play inside. In fact, here's his Twitter page or X page, whatever you want to call it. Right tackle only for the Houston Texans. This dude don't want to play inside. You already paid him money to be a right tackle. So if you move him inside, you're either A, admitting defeat on Titus Howard, who you just paid big money to, or B, you drafted a tackle to play guard, which is a position he's never played in college. So why would you waste a pick on a tackle that high to convert him to guard? You could have had better guards later on in the draft because guards are not as high of a commodity in the draft as tackles. You could have gotten one of the top-rated guards later on. In fact, as of right now, when I'm making this video, I think the fourth-rated guard is still available, and we're going to be entering the fourth round today. You could have the fourth-rated guard in the entire draft, whereas Fisher was the ninth-rated tackle. So that just, you know, kind of tells you the difference between the two positions. But either way, I'm scratching my head on this one, especially with who we could have had the pick before. Javon, the pick right before us, was the one I wanted at safety with this pick. We could have moved up again a spot or two. Wouldn't have taken that much to move up one spot, and we could have had the number one rated safety in the NFL draft. Instead, we ended up picking a safety with the next pick at number 3, or in the third round, but we could have had the top rated safety if we just moved up one, and then I would have taken a guard in the third round. You know, where we could have had a better guard, maybe even better than the fourth-rated guard that's currently still on the board. So I don't agree with what we did here at all. At all. I get that we need some interior help, but you could have gotten a guard, a higher quality guard in the third round and gotten a higher quality safety in the second. That being said, we still got Mr. Bullock here in the third round. He was a 2023 first-team All-American. So I'm excited to see how he ends up doing in this D'Amico Ryans defense. But like I said, I personally would have done things differently. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And as always, go Texans.